NASA's new program for human space exploration is called Constellation. For the first time in a generation, we will be traveling beyond low Earth orbit, returning to the Moon, and expanding human presence to Mars.
In welcoming the President of the United States, President Barack Obama.
I understand that some believe that we should attempt a return to the surface of the Moon first, as previously planned. But I just have to say, pretty bluntly here, we've been there before. Buzz has been there. There's a lot more of space to explore and a lot more to learn when we do. So I believe it's more important to ramp up our capabilities to reach and operate at a series of increasingly demanding targets while advancing.
Moon. Nobody near the moon for almost 50 years, and suddenly everybody wants to visit.
Exactly 45 years ago, almost to the minute, Jack became one of the last Americans to land on the moon. Today we pledge that he will not be the last, and I suspect we'll be finding other places to land in addition to the moon. What do you think, Jack? Where's Jack? What do you think, Jack? We'll find some other places out there?
So every week I get one email and about 24 YouTube comments from people challenging me, saying that because of the radiation in the Van Allen belts, we obviously didn't go to the moon, because there's no way we could possibly go through them without dying, and because this one NASA engineer in a video like 4 years ago apparently admitted that we don't have the technology to go through the Van Allen belts. And I've already done a video on this, but apparently it's time for a revisit. So let's do this, today on Vintage Space. With solar flares and a launch schedule that took advantage of decreased solar activity, NASA sent astronauts through the Van Allen belts to the moon. And in 1973, it released an experience report talking about the radiation and Apollo. The report, entitled Apollo Experience Report, Protection Against Radiation, looks specifically at data from Apollos 7 through 15 and determines that there was absolutely no intensive radiation hitting the crew enough that they would have any adverse effects. And NASA can say that with certainty because the astronauts all wore, and the spacecraft was fitted with, specially designed dosimeters. Each astronaut wore a personal radiation dosimeter in his flight coverall, and also 3 passive dosimeters placed in garments worn throughout the mission.